observer here is just darn cheap map hacks that Protoss have. So I left my Reaper here to scout, just to well, I did send him for additional scouting to see if he Buggy has just come online. If he only knew that I was casting his game. He just I sent my Reaper just to check out if he didn't sneak in some ninja expansion on the map. And in the meanwhile, I built a reactor on my second starport. I just wanted to produce as many Vikings as fast as possible because I was just afraid of those early colossi popping out. And as you can see, I'm very low on gas, and the Vikings do cost less gas than Banshees. So I decided to make a mix of Banshees and Vikings to do with those loads of colossi. So I played defensively one base. Only scouting units I had was that Reapers, and I had some excess minerals, so I decided to put up a command center, but I didn't have any gas, and my mindset was, he really did freak me out. This is actually the first game that I managed to win against one base Colossus Protoss. So well, here you will see how I managed to play it. So here comes his attack. I decided to back out because here in this choke he was just powerful. I did sacrifice this bunker here, but I knew if I engaged here in this choke that my units would be decimated by that splash damage that Colossi do. So I just backed up a little bit just to make my arc a little bit wider than his. So, and also I made him stand here in the choke. So these Helions I had, like I said in the previous replay, they do not deal their full damage to those armored units, but because they are clumped up like this, that damage adds on pretty nice, and they do tank damage. Stalkers do, and keeping these just two Banshees alive for a little bit longer, give them a chance to inflict additional damage against his damage dealers that are Colossi in this case. So, and one Viking popping out in the very last moment, and actually I defended this quite easily, but it wasn't as easy as it seems. Just backing a bit was the right choice in that engagement. Had I stayed on that position, I think that I would lose without any chance. And of course, I didn't talk about upgrades. Well, against Protoss, I think that most important is that you research that cheap concussive shells for your marauders, because in the 99% of the situations you will have marauders against Protoss, because they're just too good against their gateway units. And of course, regarding other upgrades, just figure out yourself. Do you need blue flames? I think in both these matches I didn't go blue flame Helions. You just don't need them. And if you're upgrading your mech, upgrading your air units is, I think it's better choice than upgrading infantry, and you can do it parallel, but then you're sacrificing your unit count. So that thing is reactive. Just react to what your opponent is doing. And yes, when Protoss goes one base Colossus, his extended thermal lens will be a little bit late. So also I had that in my advantage in this engagement here, that he didn't had his extended thermal lens. And of course, after expanding, adding 2 barracks is really good idea. It is part of the standard build. And of course, if you want to know exactly how this build looks like, search on the Team Liquid forums IACOIX two starport build against protoss, and you will see exactly the build orders. So just I like to little bit react more to what my opponent is doing, and of course my skills cannot be compared to those of the professional players. So before this engagement, let's take a look at the statistics. I was way ahead, even in the harvester count and in the army count, because I just managed to defend so good. And if you do manage to defend one base Colossus, you will be way ahead. He just expanded. His expansion just started running, and this battle wasn't so hard for me. So his blink just finished. After the game he told me that his blink wasn't done, but I guess he didn't even realize that his blink was finished. So as you can see, marauders do beat stalkers. I didn't even micro this game. You can micro it by moving this and yes, of course, I even landed my useless Vikings here just to try to kill his probes. And of course, it is always a good idea when you have a lot of Banshees to micro them, to just remove those that are in red, move them to the back, so you keep them alive a little bit longer. So here you can see that I didn't even have a steam pack. If you play it good, you don't need steam pack until some mid game or even late game. It is I mean, steam pack is really strong, but now that it is nerfed a lot, it takes 170 seconds to build. I wouldn't rely on it, and steam pack timing pushes are really weaker now, because they come way later than they did before. So just rely on your I rely on my unit composition, and that are mainly Helions, Banshees, and if he goes, of course, gateway heavy, you go for marauders. But of course there are counters to these tactics. But for example, if your opponent goes for early Phoenix, you can just you build more marines, or and just build a single missile turret here in the just build a single missile turret here in the back of your minerals, and it will protect your just a second to answer to my friend here. It will protect your SCVs, because he can lift them and kill them if he has enough Phoenix. But that turret will hit him, and he cannot hit back. So you shouldn't be much afraid of the Phoenix play. And of course, if he goes Void Race, you will have your two starports, and Vikings are pretty good against any Void Ray play. High Templars come really late, a lot later, and of course, if you see him go Dark Templars, you can always pop out one Raven, and Dark Templars will not be any problems. It will be failed investment. So really powerful build, and I must say I win at least 80% of my Protoss ladder games. So, and now after the Kaydarian Amulet nerf, 99% of the Protoss will go some either Void Ray play or Colossi play, and this building can counter it both. So it is really powerful, and like I said, I credit Ayakoik for this build. So check out Team Liquid forums, and there you will find the exact build orders and executions. So thanks for watching. I hope this helped, and feel free to join our community on www.mixedfruit.org, or just join us on Mixed Fruit in-game chat channel on European servers. Zmaiko, over and out.